Hello, hello, hello. As always, if you are new here, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. So today we're gonna get on a topic that I haven't talked about in a while because at the end of 2023, towards the end of 2023, I said that I was taking a break from dating. I wasn't gonna think about it. I wasn't gonna put any effort into it, emphasis on it, focus on it, nothing like that. I wanted to just rid myself of that thought process and focus on some other things for a little while. But as I'm about to enter into February of 2024, I feel myself wanting to dip my toe back into the pond. And when I started thinking about, okay, like, am I ready to start dating again? Is this something that I actually want to do? I kind of thought about why I stopped dating in the first place, kind of what's changed and kind of what I'm going to do about it, right? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I am officially getting back into the world of dating. I am putting both feet back into the pond. And we're gonna see how it goes. But first I wanna talk about, I guess when we talk about me getting back into dating, we probably need to talk about why I stopped dating in the first place. Okay, so this past year, 2023, I really hadn't dated at all. I mean, I had a couple flings throughout the year, but absolutely nothing serious. No like dating. Like I had not gone on dates. I had not like met new people and gone out on first dates. Like none of that. I had periodically throughout the year kind of hopped on the dating apps and hopped right back off type of thing. Like I really was just not feeling it. At the very beginning of 2023, I went through a breakup with a long-term boyfriend, and it was also the year that I was just changing so much about my life. Like I really was doing so much inner work that I didn't feel like I was in a place to date because I felt like I had so much that I wanted to change and focus on within myself that the thought of bringing another person into the fold and trying to mesh them in with how I'm changing and the routine that I want to be on and just like the different avenues of myself that I was exploring, I didn't feel like I was in a space where it was like conducive to try and bring another person along on the ride. So I just kind of stepped away. And then when I came to Chicago, initially when I was moving here, I was like, no relationships. Like I'm not doing that in the beginning. Like I'm in a new city. I want to explore. I want to date. That's what I thought it was going to be like when I moved up here, that I was just going to be a girl out on the town, a date every weekend type of thing, right? Like that was kind of the headspace that I was in. And I got up here and kind of got involved in something right when I moved up here. It lasted for no time. It was a blink of an eye type of thing. But that little fling of a relationship kind of really, really reminded me. So I am a very anxiously attached person in a relationship, and I think a lot of this stems from the fact that I have really only ever had relationships with people that are very avoidantly attached. People that really make me work for the relationship, people that make me feel like I'm grasping at straws for every ounce of love and affection and time and things like that. And it turns my anxious attachment style into like overdrive, right? So I'm my love language is quality time and physical touch. Like those are top two for me, then words of affirmation, acts of service. I don't care about gift giving at all. But I am the type of person in a relationship that when I really, really care about someone and I'm like, okay, we're doing this, like I want to spend all my time with you. I want to do the things that I love to do with you. I want to make friends and hang out with friends with you. I want our lives to come together. That's how I am in a relationship. And for some reason, I really, really, really have a past of getting with men that are the complete opposite. Extremely avoidantly attached. They push me away the minute that I start to pull closer. It's like this constant game of tug of war, and I never come out on top. And it always leaves me feeling like I'm absolutely spiraling at the end of the relationship. And that little fling that I got in when I first moved up here, it wasn't this extreme, like I'm spiraling after it's done, but it was just, it definitely made me aware that I still was choosing avoidantly attached people. And that is something that I came to realize at the end of that relationship. I never want to do that again. I'm at a point in my life, and I've done enough work on myself, that I deserve to be in a secure, loving relationship. And I've never experienced that. I know that it's out there. I know that's out there because I have friends that are in those secure, loving, attached relationships. And I hear other people talk about them, so I 100% know that it's out there and it's obtainable and it's possible. I have just never experienced it, and a lot of it has to do with the men that I allow into my life and the boundaries that I allow to be crossed for myself. So when that little fling ended, I was like, you know what? We're not doing this. We're not doing this right now. I was getting really, really focused on YouTube again. I was really feeling like I had a lot to learn about myself when I moved up to Chicago. And that's really what this first 6 months here has been. I have really focused on myself, on my routine, on making friends. And a big fear of mine was that if I came up here and got into a relationship, that making girlfriends would not be a focus at all because I had a relationship. I was worried that his friend group would become my friend group, and that is a no, no, no. Because if the relationship goes south, you lose all of your friends along with it. So I really didn't want that to happen. I was scared that being in a relationship would really drive my focus away from my channel and building this business and this brand that I'm wanting to build, and just take me away from my passions. And so I really took that first 6 months here and I was like, look, I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to explore different parts of myself. I'm going to make some different friends, make some girlfriends, really get into a routine up here, really start to feel myself. And I caught myself within the last week or two being like, okay, I feel more sure of myself than I've ever felt before. And I really feel like I'm starting to get into a groove in Chicago. I mean, it's taken me a good 6 months and I still don't feel like I'm totally there. Like, it really surprised me how long it's taken me to get acclimated to a new city. So I'm starting to feel like I'm getting to that point where I'm feeling really sure of myself and confident in what I'm doing, and just that there might be room for another person in my life. There might be room for me to have feelings for someone again, as scary as that is for me. And as I mentioned in my 2024 goals video, there is a high chance that I may end up leaving Chicago when my lease is up. There's also a chance that I may stay another year. I'm kind of waffling back and forth. But I caught myself saying that I didn't want to meet anyone in Chicago that I would fall in love with that would make me want to stay here. And I kept hearing myself say this and being like, okay, I get what I'm saying, that I don't want to meet someone in a relationship to completely deter me from the path and the dreams that I have of spending time in some other parts of the US, of traveling some, things like this. And I just realized that as fair as that narrative is, as fair as it is to say that I don't want to be in a relationship that's going to keep me from following my dreams, I think that's also the fear talking, because every relationship I've been in so far has completely derailed me emotionally and just completely felt like it jolted me off my axle, right? So I think that narrative is being built off of my past experiences, and it's something that I can actively change moving forward, and it has to do with the people that I choose to allow into my life and the boundaries that I set for myself, as well as the characteristics and values that I look for in another person, right? So as I was hearing myself say this narrative, I realized that I'm in a new city. I'm in Chicago. Like I'm 27 years old in a new city, a major city in the US. I'm wanting to get the full experience. If I were to leave at the end of summer, I will have been here for a year. If I stay, then I will have been here for 2. Like, I want to be able to leave at whatever time I leave Chicago. I want to be able to leave and say that I got the full experience and I really immersed myself in this move and in meeting people and creating a life here. And I think a huge part of that, being 27 and single, is dating. And so I'm trying to really rework my brain as I'm moving into dating again, that just because I am dating or I meet someone or I find someone that I'm really, really interested in, that doesn't mean that that person is going to keep me from becoming my best self. If I choose someone that accentuates the best parts of me and wants me to continue to chase my dreams and become the best version of myself. And I understand why that's scary for me, because like I said, that's never the type of person I've been with in the past. And this is gonna require a lot of work for me in changing my patterns and behaviors and changing the type of person that I go after or that I'm necessarily attracted to. I am wanting to enter the dating world this go around with a much broader view of people. I have always kind of dated with a very narrow, like, this is my type of mentality. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to, even if this person is maybe not, doesn't do it for me off rip, like if the banter's good, if the conversation's good, like, let's go give it a go. I also think that something that made me realize that I need to get back in the game is that dating is not always just about finding the right person. You also learn a lot about yourself and what you want and what you need out of a relationship by being with the wrong people, by going on dates that you didn't like, by getting in little short-term relationships that are like, okay, no, that's not actually what I want, or no, I thought I liked this trait in a person, but I don't actually like this trait in a person, or wow, I used to really like this quality in a person, but as I've gotten older and grown up and things have changed about myself, I actually don't like that anymore. But I don't know that if I'm hermiting and staying out of the dating game. I'm not allowing myself the opportunity to learn those lessons and learn those things about myself. And I don't want to miss out on that learning opportunity and that growth opportunity and the potential to meet someone that maybe is on the same path as me or loves me enough to allow me to continue down my path as we continue to grow our path together. I think relationships have just scared me because I don't like how out of control I have felt in relationships. I don't like how out of control of myself and my emotions I have felt in relationships, especially towards the end of relationships. And I think it scares me to lose control like that again, because I feel so in control right now. I feel so in control of my life. I feel very focused and driven, and I feel very sure of myself right now. And I'm really scared to potentially let the reins go a little bit on that and allow someone in, because when you care about someone and you love someone, you are allowing yourself to be vulnerable to what that person or that relationship could potentially do to you. And I'm aware of the risk of that. And I just really have to trust myself and believe in myself that the work that I've done on myself in this last year is preparing me to be a better person in a relationship, be a better partner, and just be more prepared for what all different kinds of relationships can bring to my life, good, bad, indifferent. And so yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about dating this go around because I do feel like I'm in a different headspace than I've ever been in before. And I do think that intentionally taking time away from this space and not allowing any toxicity in that time frame has been really, really good for me and really, really grounding for me. So I'm hoping that moving forward in the dating world, it might be a much different experience. I am on the apps. I don't know how I feel about this yet, but I am back on the apps. I'm on Hinge and I'm on Bumble. I have not had any success with apps in the past. I really haven't done much dating on apps in the past though. I have always been a habitual, get on it for 24 hours, 48 hours and get right back off of it. So I'm really trying to go into using dating apps with the mindset of there could be someone on here for me. I have to actively put in the effort on these apps. I have to have conversations on these apps. I have to answer these people. I have to keep the banter going. Like, it takes effort, and I want it to be positive energy that I bring in this direction. So I'm putting my smile on. I'm bringing all of my positive energy in this direction, and maybe the apps will be fruitful. If nothing else, I just need to get some dates back under my belt. I haven't gone on a date in over a year. Like, I need to knock off the rust. I need to get back in the game. I need to remember that I still got it. Like, I need to just go on some dates, if nothing else. If nothing else, I need to just get on some dates, get in some practice in the next few weeks, okay? So I'm back on the apps. I'm also just getting myself back out into the wild more. So I'm going to coffee shops. I'm making a Chicago bucket list of all of the different things and attractions and places that I want to go, and I'm just going to start going to them, which is a little bit harder in the winter time because Chicago is a totally different city when it's warm outside. Like, people are out when it's warm outside, but people hibernate a little bit when it gets cold. So I'm just having to force myself to go out into the wild, put a smile on, be approachable, have conversations with people. I'm really trying to bring the energy with me everywhere I go because you just never know. So yeah, I'm getting back into the world of dating. I am putting both feet back into the pond. I'm ready to jump. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. I'm gonna do a video about kind of what I'm looking for in a partner. And this is something I've been thinking about a lot as so much of me has changed recently and so much of my outlook on life and what I want for myself and my vision for my life. And so I'm gonna do a video about what I'm looking for in a partner. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss when I post that video. But in the meantime, I am gonna keep y'all updated on how the dating game is going, what it's looking like out there. So far, I've been on the apps for about a week, and I have not had much luck, but that's okay. That's okay. People tell me it takes time. People tell me it is a needle in a haystack, so I'm just gonna keep it going. I'm looking at it every day. I'm swiping every day. I'm matching every day. So we're just gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going, okay? So I will keep y'all updated on this new endeavor of mine, and y'all just wish me luck, okay? It's tough out here in the streets. Dating isn't what it used to be. That's all I got to say. So y'all pray for me, and I will keep y'all updated. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode that I post, and I will see y'all back next time.